Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master, and I am joined by three stellar players. Zach Brass.
That's me.
Dom Brass.
What's up?
And Nate Brass.
Hi, Internet. That is me. I will be piloting Cypher today.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Piloting?
Yeah, I feel like piloting Cypher, that's like some pretty problematic terminology, in my opinion. He wouldn't like that. Cypher wouldn't like that word, like that.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a forged-in-the-dark game published by Evil Hat Productions. Nate, do you feel the need to defend yourself and your word choice and how you roleplay Cypher and everything that you've ever done on this podcast?
Could you?
No, I pilot Cypher. Cypher is mine to do so as I will. Unless
Wow.
Cypher's will is stronger than mine in that moment.
That's funny. And, you know, Cypher is what we in the business like to call a player character. But guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about the other side of that coin, those non-player characters, NPCs.
I thought you were about to ask us something personal again.
Yeah, right?
Where would I have gone with that?
I don't want to know.
The player behind
behind
the
the
player character.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
Oh, yeah,
that's
but
true.
okay, personal with us, that's always the same. Whatever. He'll just be like, oh, you guys are a bunch of sad losers. Fucking asshole.
I don't even know why we hang out with you.
I know. All right, what are you saying about non-player characters?
I just thought it would be fun to talk about what you guys like about NPCs, what like draws you into an NPC, what makes a good NPC, you know, in tabletop games, in video games, in real life, if you want to be one of those weirdos that calls other people NPCs.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
A funny voice.
That's
Wow.
really the simplest thing, isn't it? You know?
You give someone a plain name or a really weird name and a funny voice, and the party's gonna love it. Done.
Yeah, it's the simplest thing, but I don't know that there's anything better to draw a party in than a goofy voice on a character.
I just like the characters that my character's gonna be like homies with. Like, if we vibe right away, then I'm just like, oh, well, we're gonna be best friends now.
So I like NPCs that are not actual enemies to the party, but are very antagonistic. And, you know, it's just a lot of fun dealing with people who fucking hate you.
I like a good villain.
Like Razor.
Oh, dude, Razor's great.
Razor's so fun.
Also,
remember his
anyone
name.
who ramps up the you know, the comedy, like you can bounce comedy off them. Like, we just make fun of Razor, and it's great.
Yeah, he's such a loser. in,
Why
like, the
don't you
best
guys
of ways.
respect Razor?
I don't know. They really went hard that one time, and it just became super canon. Plus, he got totally wrecked.
Because he was our episode 1 villain. He's not to be respected.
Dude, he just got one shot by knockout drugs. I mean, it is a bitch move.
Yeah, I don't know that I would do that the exact same way if it happened again.
I think we rolled really well. I mean, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of killed it. No big deal. We're so good at this game.
But I think Razor's obviously a great example of like just a character that you love no matter what. But I think a lot of NPCs I like are when you might just like meet me at like my level of insanity. You know, sometimes you're there to check me, and sometimes you're there to just say, oh yeah? Well, this guy's gonna cry about his kid. What are you gonna do about that? And then I have to match that and give you a robot hug. And I think, like that kind of vibe of just like you being like, oh yeah, well, let's ramp this up a little bit more. Always is fun, keeps me on my toes, and makes me love those NPCs.
Yeah, I mean, our listeners can't see at home, but when that kind of stuff happens, I'm like puffing my chest out and doing the like, come at me, bro, come at me. You want to get silly in here? I'll get silly.
That's what I see in my head every time.
Why do you think you bounce off of some NPCs sometimes? Like what is an NPC turn off?
No, I mean, honestly, I try and just go with my character's, like, I guess, sort of core values sometimes. I'm just like, well, if I'm a total rapscallion and you're a goody two-shoes, we're not going to be friends. Sometimes I like those NPCs that I'm not friends with, but sometimes I hate them. It just depends. It depends on how annoying they are versus how funly antagonistic they are.
I think for me, it just depends how does this NPC feel like they're gonna help us push the narrative a little bit.
I don't even necessarily care. I could meet a bartender in the space bar or whatever that just has like a funny story, and I'll figure out a way to bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. Sometimes, sometimes I find those quest givers difficult to get really close with, just because I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do the quest for you, and I'll do all the right things. But then sometimes it's really useful to have other members of your party who are like picking fights for no reason, or maybe you're the person picking fights, and it just, I think it's about the party dynamic as to who, because like oftentimes the most fun people to hang out with are the people your character wouldn't necessarily hang out with. But like depending on your party, that happens, differently, more so, less so, and sometimes like, if I'm just gonna have a straight talk with like some other just really just straight man basic character, it's not gonna be super interesting. But if we're getting weird interjections from my goofy compatriots, it becomes a much more interesting dynamic than me just
like with your bra Rahim.
Yeah. Like I would have let that go for the most part, and then we just kept making jokes about his name.
Such a good name.
You could have been friends with the coolest group in the galaxy, and now you're on our shit list.
Okay, so your bra Rahim is on your shit list. Anyone else on the shit list that I should be aware of?
We love Razor.
I don't know if Razor quite qualifies.
Hasn't earned it.
Yeah. No. He wants it too bad,
He does. He wants it bad. Well, maybe we'll see Razor again sometime soon. Maybe we'll see your bra Rahim. Maybe we'll see the Captain Thorn. Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yeah, yes.
Let's get into our game, you guys. Welcome to the Procyon sector. Our heroes, Cypher, Gorfius, and Jerry, are on a search and rescue mission for the missing captain. And thanks to some daring duplicity, they have turned a potential enemy into an ally. Pasha, the Rock, Lenzer, has agreed to give the crew what they need to find the man behind Crash's disappearance, Thorn. Will the Rock lead them to victory, or will the pirate captain of the Iron Rose prove to be as deadly as his reputation? Join us in the next exciting chapter of the Phoenix 30 So, you guys are on the planet Indri, this industrial acid rain storm cloud of a planet. You have met with The Rock, the leader of a local affiliate of this gang called the Ashen Knives, and you have convinced The Rock that Thorn is going to act against him. What was previously one of his closest allies is turning into an enemy. And so The Rock has revealed to you one of Thorn's secret, treasure vaults, basically, that he had been protecting. And The Rock looks to you with just a look of determination and violence in his eyes. So are we gonna take Captain Thorn down? Is that the plan, my new friends?
Oh, Mr. Rock, you don't even begin to understand what we will do to this guy. Mwah ha ha ha. Mwah ha ha ha.
Oh, I assure you, Cypher, I have a very active imagination when it comes to such things. I have quite a few ideas of what I might do to Thorn once I have him in my kitchen.
Oh. Ew, sorry. That's good. Good idea. So why don't we talk about the next part of the plan, instead of the thing we were... Let's go. Do we want to...
What, you're not a foodie?
Yeah, I'd say I'm not a big foodie. I don't eat food ever. For any reason. We had a good plan, right? Cypher?
Yes.
Captain Cypher? Acting captain?
Well, I actually, this is embarrassing. I'd like to speak with my first mate for a moment. If you two would just give us this corner over here.
Oh, by all means, please. I have some food to go check on anyway.
Perfect.
Let me go to the bar, grab a drink, and you guys can come grab me when you're done.
Cool.
Perfect.
Wow, that worked out great. No one leaves the room most of the time, but this is way better than just grabbing a corner, right?
We have a whole room. We have 4 corners.
Yeah, I know.
To us. All right, Gorfius, here's the thing. What the fuck are we doing? I was really thinking that was going to go way worse, and we were going to have to threaten and or actually blow up the kitchen. And then, we would grab him hostage, and then, we would have a hostage. But he fell for all the words.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wordsmithing worked.
It worked. I don't know what happened.
It never works.
No, it never does.
So what do we do? Do we just, get him on the ship and then try the ransom thing anyway?
What? No, probably not, right? Is that better?
Just betray him immediately? I don't know. I
don't know.
I didn't think we would get this far. Usually the plan is start with a plan and then improvise.
But yeah, we got past the first part, but we did have the plan for when this fell apart to ransom him. So would that make the most sense?
That still is the plan?
We gotta stick to the plan, right? And if the plan was for the plan to fall apart...
Then we make the plan fall apart.
Well, wait, Cypher, I just made amends with his cousin. I can't betray him right now, even though he's a psychopathic cannibal. God, he is a psychopathic cannibal. I don't want to work with this guy at all.
I understand, but here's what I'm thinking with the wreckers. Yes, we got them off our back. Do we really care though?
I mean, I'm not worried about them attacking us. I genuinely feel bad.
You know, them hitting us really didn't affect us until this very moment where we made them not hate us.
Well, yeah, but I feel bad for killing their friend. That's the part that got me.
But it wasn't your fault.
It was absolutely my fault.
No, he knew what he was doing.
It was my sword that hit him in the back.
Yeah, but like, swords are hard, man. They're unwieldy. Billy knew that.
But he is a cannibal, so it's like, I can't feel that bad about it either. I don't know.
No, and he's also really close friends with, like, the worst guy we know.
Is he the worst guy we know? He did steal our captain. I don't know. I mean, Choss was a dick. And then those creepy guys on the snow planet, they were creepy, man.
Yeah, but they were also kind of cool.
Dude, no, okay? One of them stuck part of my crystal in him. It's creepy. I don't like it. Okay, we're off track here. We're off track here.
All right.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
So are we doing it? Are we pulling the trigger? We're just gonna kidnap this guy and ransom him back? That's crazy, right?
Just so crazy, it might work.
Okay. Well, do we want to try getting an intro?
That's what the captain usually says.
That is what he says. Okay, I say we check in with The Rock, see if he had a plan. If he doesn't have a plan, our plan is, hey, we're gonna sneak on.
Why would The Rock have a plan? The Rock didn't know. The Rock joined us because we said we had a plan. Why would we be like, immediately we don't have a plan, man? So no, I think what we say is we tell him we're gonna do like a little infiltration mission. And so he gets on our ship, all like, yeah, I join you guys, and we beat this guy up, and then we get him.
Yep, fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Hey, Mr. The Rock and Jerry. We are convening, just a quick team meeting.
Oh, you guys are ready for me? Oh, you want to call him back at the same time? You don't want to talk to me first?
Oh, did
Well,
we?
yeah,
Did
we
we?
should
Did we?
probably-
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry knows the plan.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Did I hear someone calling for me?
Oh, yeah, we're ready for you. We've all caught up. We know the plan.
The Rock walks in and he's got a steaming tray full of meat on bones. Could I interest anyone in a bite?
No, thank you. No, thank you. We're good.
You know what? We ate right before we came here. You know, It
Yeah.
was pretty dumb, honestly. Didn't think about the fact that obviously you'd have food. But,
Well, we
unfortunately-
didn't want to impose. Obviously, is the reason we don't want to eat your food.
It will be no imposition at all, but more for me, I suppose. And he just puts his full face in the tray and just starts like eating like a dog, just like.
I'm gonna go get another drink real quick while he's doing that.
I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Garfield goes to the bathroom. You hear puking noises.
Okay, everyone reconvenes.
So plan is we have an infiltration mission set up by our own acting Captain Cypher. We figured we'd slip on to his ship and just do a quick assassination. Just real quick, I figured.
Oh, my friend, you don't want to go to the Iron Rose. That's not where he's keeping your little friend.
Where's he keeping our friend?
Oh, has he got a space garden?
He does not have a space garden. What he does have is a factory. A factory he owns that operates in the stormlands outside of the station. It's a factory that produces a pesticide that he calls Mighty Might Away, used for treating waymite infestations. You ever get waymites?
Yeah, we've gotten waybites before.
Horrible, horrible little pests. Truth be told, there ain't no better tool in the galaxy for getting rid of those things. And Thorn, well, he's cornered the market.
Jeez, what a badass pirate.
Yeah, why does he even need to do the pirate thing if he's like a rich entrepreneur? It seems a little excessive, you know?
Well, you see, the factory's for money laundering purposes. You don't think a successful space pirate like Thorn is just walking around with all the creds he stole in his pockets, do you?
I mean, honestly, I would fill a bathtub full of them, you know?
Well, maybe that's why, no offense to you, my new friend Jerry, you are not one of the preeminent pirate captains of the Maelstrom.
Not yet.
Not yet, but perhaps when Thorn is gone, and there's a little bit of a power vacuum.
Oh, and I could steal his ship. He stole my ship. I should steal his ship.
That's a good motivation. I like it.
Thorok chuckles and says, "What you wish to do with the Iron Rose is entirely your decision, should you accomplish your various goals. But first things first, you're gonna want to go to the Mighty Might Away factory. You see, just a few days ago, I received word from Captain Thorn that a person of interest he had acquired, he was going to take to the factory for safekeeping and questioning. He asked me to loan him out a few of the ashen knives for information gathering assistance, if you catch my drift. Now, of course, because at the time I assumed Thorn and I to be good old friends, I acquiesced with this favor and loaned him some of my knives. But don't worry." And he pulls out from his pocket a few silvery colored armbands. And he hands one to each of you, and he says, "If you wear these when you go to the factory, and my men see them on your arms, they'll know you're a friend."
Wait, can I get a third?
Sure, fine.
Yes!
All right, well, I guess we should, Captain, are we gonna go to the factory world?
You're on the factory world.
Oh, beautiful. It's all right here already. Oh, well, so convenient. Is it far?
It is outside the station proper, out in what we call the Stormlands. If you venture out that way, be sure you take proper precautions. You don't want to get caught in one of those acid storms unprotected.
Do you think we could fly in our ship?
That's what I was thinking.
But I think this is a bad idea.
They always are. But we make it out alive anyway.
It sounds like the plan is set.
Uh-huh.
We're good at this.
Okay. Captain Cypher, how about you walk me through the idea here?
We fly up in our ship. We radio Thorn
Oh, God.
as we have a hostage.
Oh, fuck.
And we blast at his factory. I think it's a pretty simple plan.
No. I totally with you. I just worry about the ship and about Crash.
This is definitely gonna work.
Ride or die at this point.
No, I knew exactly what you were doing, and I was like, I just don't know. But I'm ready to go down this crazy psycho hill.
We're gonna fucking jump off that rock into that quarry and hope that we don't hit the fucking side.
The razor spikes all over the quarry.
Does someone want to try to sneak in while I parlay with Thorn?
Oh, I mean, that would be fun. I'm pretty sneaky.
I'm not gonna try to sneak in. I'm not sneaky.
Actually, that's like kind of one of my best skills, sneakiness.
Okay, Jerry, we've got important quest for you.
What lay it on me?
You're the infiltrator. You're gonna infiltrate. That's what you're doing. You're gonna infiltrate the factory and locate the captain.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. You want to send me into the factory alone to find your friend?
Abso-fucking-lutely. And it gets better. We'll create a distraction, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna eat up all of his, nonsense.
I have a bunch of headshots of the captain. I can send those to you, so you'll know exactly what he looks like.
I've seen Crash before. Don't worry. He's his face is up at a lot of bars.
Perfect. He's famous.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, do you want to do that, Jerry, or do you want to...
I'll do it.
Okay.
Perfect.
But if I find Thorn first, I'm going to shoot him in the head.
Perfect. That's even better.
Perfect.
And steal his ship.
The ship is yours.
It's all yours.
As long as I get the ship, I'll do what needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm good to skip right to doing an abduction. Yeah.
Ah, man, don't worry. We're going to get that guy for you. But just remember to save us a couple toasty plates of the good stuff. We'll come hungry next time, all right?
You better, my friends. You better come very hungry. Because next time you see me, I think we might be eating vegetarian.
What?
I get it, the thorn.
Yeah, you get it. You get what I'm saying.
All right.
Gorpheus, get him!
All right, I use my psychomagnetic powers to launch a tube of metal at this guy and wrap it around him.
Oh my god. Okay. Your new friend who owes you a favor, you are choosing to attack.
Who eats people, okay? Like, this guy kind of sucks.
Terrible friend.
I'm really not about it.
You're right. We don't really want to be friends with him.
I super don't.
Go ahead and give me an action roll here, Gorpheus.
I'm going to make an attune check.
You know what? I actually think this might be controlled. He is not going to see this coming. Give me a controlled standard attune roll.
That's a 4. 2 4s is a crit, though, right?
No, it is not.
Oh, no.
So on a controlled 4, you hesitate. There's something in this moment where you see that you are sending out the metal band to wrap around him, and he looks like he might just be able to dodge in time, react quickly enough that you could either accept that you do it but with a minor complication, or you can withdraw and try a different approach other than attune.
Tackle him.
Fuck, okay, fine. I will attempt to tackle him.
Okay, so I'm gonna need another action roll from you then.
Can I help?
Can he help?
Can you help?
What would you do to help? I'm going to do a scrap.
Yeah, I was gonna also just try and jump on him. I'm not very good at scrap, but I can try.
Well, you would just take the stress and give him an extra dice to his scrap.
Yeah, but you just have to explain like how you are helping.
I'm just gonna also jump on him.
Yeah, jump on his legs and start biting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try and trip him up. We're just gonna like full on jump this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna also help and jump on and try to shove some like knockout drugs in this guy's mouth to give a greater effect.
This sounds like it might be a group action instead of an aid if you're all just jumping on him, which would be like everybody rolls and you take the best result from it. Does that make sense to you guys?
All right. What is this? Controlled?
Yeah. So this will be a controlled roll still as standard effect. You're lucky I'm giving you standard.
Well, I got a 5.
Oh, I rolled a 5 and a 4.
I got a 6.
Okay. That's actually really great. Because you all got a 5 or 6, nobody takes stress from this. Because the leader of the action, which I would rule would be Gorpheus here for declaring it first, would have taken stress from anybody who rolled, I want to say, a 3 or under.
Let's go.
You all succeed, and you all just pile on top of the rock, pinning him to the ground in a dog pile. And he's like, Bacawk, what is the meaning of this, my friends?
I'm just gonna pull out my knockout drugs and restraints and try and get this guy contained.
He's not putting up a fight. He's genuinely confused.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rock. This is going to have to be the favor you owe us because you're going to be our hostage in some negotiations. Thank you for your service.
And so as you inject him with the knockout drugs, he just goes, "You coulda just asked," and he falls unconscious.
Well, we couldn't have asked because he doesn't know that Thorn. He is our bargaining chip because Thorn didn't actually betray him.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing, right? Is we were always going to run into that problem of we were lying to this guy the whole time. That's why it seemed easier if the fucking meeting just was a mess. But then it wasn't. And it's like, what do we do?
You could have adapted to it not being a mess.
The whole plan was it being a mess. It threw us off.
You guys throw me off.
I know. I don't know what we're doing either. This is iconic.
Look, we couldn't be friends with a cannibal. It's just weird.
I mean, yeah, I was never going to be friends with this guy. I want to make that clear.
And so you guys hightail it out of there with the unconscious rock.
In the brig, obviously. We get to use our brig for the first time.
Yay.
Gorpheus and Cypher head to the Phoenix 13. You toss the rock in the brig. Jerry, you start heading towards the exit because you're still planning to infiltrate the factory by yourself.
Yeah.
As you start heading towards the exit of the spaceport, you just see that there are constant signs, warning, do not leave the spaceport without proper protection, avoid injury lung, wear a mask. Like there's just all these precautions. And as you are heading that way, you see people coming in from outside that all have like heavy duty protective equipment on.
Spacesuit.
Yeah, so if you mark the 2 load for your spacesuit, that will absolutely be enough to protect you from the harsh injury environment. And so you can hop on a land vehicle and start making your way to the factory. Gorpheus and Cypher, you are on the Phoenix 13. You punch in the coordinates for the factory. And a couple of things that you would notice that I just want to make sure you're aware of is, one, the storm outside in the atmosphere on this planet is constant. It is just unending, rolling brown and green clouds of lightning storm and constant acid rain, which is definitely going to be a factor in flying the Phoenix 13 to the factory, because it's not far enough away that you would have to leave the atmosphere to get there. Additionally, as you use your long-range scanner to check it all out, you realize that the factory is not exactly isolated. It is in the middle of a industrial park with like a ton of other factories around. It seems like there's probably going to be a lot of workers, a lot of civilians in the area. Presumably, this is not the only chemical factory. Could be a lot of like hazardous stuff that you might want to consider before you do anything too crazy.
No bombs, guys.
But you take off and you fly up into the sky, into the storm clouds, and you start making your way to the mighty might away pesticide factory. I would like 2 action rolls here, just for like how well you guys can get there in a dangerous environment. So I'd like an action roll from Jerry on the ground and from Cypher piloting the Phoenix 13.
All right, I'll helm my way over to the the factory.
Yeah. We'll call this a risky standard helm for you.
Hope this works. Oh, that wasn't too good. 3. Spacesuit wasn't quite good enough.
Yeah, I think that's what it is on a 3 risky, things go badly, you suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, you lose this opportunity. I think just your spacesuit is not quite enough for the potent acid rain of this planet, and it does sort of eat through some of your protections. I would like you to mark just a level 1 harm of just minor acid burns. And Cypher, how about for you, flying over to the factory, avoiding lightning strikes in your big metal lightning rod?
I too shall helm and show what I've learned with these last 12 ships.
Nice.
Not gonna need the 14 today. Go ahead and give me a risky standard helm as well.
That is a 6.
That is a 6. Okay, so Cypher, you are able to expertly pilot your ship through the storms. You get sort of above the immediate sight line into the clouds themselves, and you just
Turn on the shields.
Yeah. You watch as your shields are like kicking it into overdrive. It's just absorbing lightning. But you obviously in the ship get to the factory first. You are now hovering directly above the mighty might away factory, where a crash is being held, and you do not seem to be detected at all. What would you like to do?
I would like to turn on like a open radio frequency and like intentionally white noise them.
Interesting. Give me an action roll for this.
I'm gonna try and hack.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, and you know what? I'll kick you up into controlled position because you are totally unnoticed. Controlled standard.
Ooh, baby. Give me that 5.
5. So again, you can either do it with a minor consequence, or you can hesitate and try a different approach.
Cypher never hesitates. Give me that consequence.
Yeah, so you just start blasting static and white noise and probably some of like Captain Crash's self-recorded demo tapes, because he definitely seems like he has those, right?
100%.
And they just start blasting over the industrial park with this factory, and you can like zoom in through the cloud coverage, and you see like workers down on the ground, and they're like covering their ears, and they're reacting, and they're like running away from the noise. And it seems like even some of the workers from the Mighty Might Away factory are like clearing out of the vicinity. Like a lot of the civilians are getting out of here. This goes on for like 30 seconds or so, and you get, because your comms are open, a message going straight into your system. And you just hear, attention vehicle above the clouds. We can detect you on our scanners. You must cease and desist with this horrible noise immediately and leave the vicinities.
We will not leave until we have what we have come for. General Thorn, we have come to bargain. The Phoenix 13 requires its captain.
We don't really do sales here at the factory. You're gonna want to get in touch with the sales agent if you are here to order.
No, I don't want to speak to a sales agent. I would like to speak with Captain Thorn. Captain Thorn.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you... And the feed cuts out. And then there's another voice that comes over your comms. Phoenix 13. The vehicle of one Captain Crash Jordan. I assume that you have come in search of your captain. Am I speaking to Cypher or Gorpheus?
Currently, you're speaking to Cypher, though you are on speakerphone. We are both in the cockpit.
This is Captain Yorgar Thorn. Let me confirm for you that I do indeed have Crash Jordan. He has been a burden to me for quite some time, and I am taking my restitution from him. I am afraid there is nothing here for you.
Well, Captain Thorn, that's where you're wrong. We require our captain, and you would probably like your good friend, Mr. Rock. We request a prisoner exchange.
And so the consequence from your last roll, Cypher, is I'm going to put you in a risky position now. And I would like an action roll from this request for a prisoner exchange.
Remember, we got a gambit when you did your helm check and got a 6.
That's correct.
I am going to use the command action.
You are in a risky situation. This is going to have limited effect.
Oof, I was really banking on that extreme effect there.
Thorn is well above your station. So risky limited. I've got a devil's bargain for you.
Ooh, let me hear it.
You will suffer an additional status penalty with the Ashen Knives, which you would know is a very well-known dangerous group of space assassins and drug dealers and criminals of all sorts.
I'll take it. That's a 3.
A 3. Things go badly. You suffer harm. A complication occurs. You end up in a desperate position. Or the option I am going to choose. You lose this opportunity. Thorn just comes over the radio and says, "No."
Shit.
Fuck.
I didn't think you'd say that.
I didn't think that either. Cypher, shit. Is this the beginning of the infiltration? We can't actually blow up the factory.
Are you sure? No? That's your final...
That is my final answer. The rock is useful to me, but the pleasure I'm getting from taking what is mine from your captain is worth more to me right now.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, you've come this way for nothing.
Oh my god.
I challenge you to a duel!
Let's cut away and go to Jerry. As Jerry, the acid is burning through your spacesuit. It's causing you some discomfort and some harm, but you make it to the the factory, as you just see factory workers like running around in chaos as they're covering their ears. There's this horrible noise that is being pumped from the sky down to the ground.
What is that? Jeez. Oh, God. So how, like, I'm like, as I'm approaching, I'm going to try and like sneak up in there, basically.
Sure. So give me an action roll for that to sneak into the factory.
I think that'll be a skulk.
Yeah, sounds right to me. This is going to be a risky standard skulk roll.
No devil's bargains for me.
Sure. Devil's bargain is you do get caught by a camera in the area, and you'll get extra heat after this mission.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Jerry isn't even part of this crew. That'll be a 6.
A 6, great. Yeah, you hop off your bike when you are outside the factory, and you sneak in, and in the chaos of the people running around with this noise, you are able to walk in a door as it's closing. Don't even need to like scan a key card or anything, and you are inside the factory. In the factory, there are just vats and vats of this acrid, yellowish, greenish liquid. There is a walkway over all of these where you see herbots that are stirring these vats. You see that there are posters hanging up that have a cartoon mascot of a purple Waymite, like looking all upset as somebody sprays it with a aerosol can that says "Mighty Mites Away."
That's kind of depressing that your mascot's like, being killed. Seems like they should be happy, the mascot's the good guy, well, anyway, I'm just gonna kind of scope it out and kind of see if I can figure out where maybe the evil rose garden or whatever is.
Okay, so yeah, you start scoping out the factory now that you're inside. Let's go back up to the Phoenix 13.
Could I use a flashback here to do a little flashback of the three of us on the Phoenix 13 looking at the schematics of this building?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's going to cost any stress. I think that would be something that would be easily enough available, but I don't know that it would be freely available. And you guys don't have any creds right now, do you?
Do you start with creds as a new character?
Nah.
Well, then,
Sorry.
then nope.
Yeah, no creds.
Okay, so here's my option for you. You can either do a action roll to try and like steal schematics in some way or another, or bargain for them or whatever, to acquire them without paying for them. You can try to go into debt to purchase them. Or if you maybe have any other ideas, I am willing to listen to those as well.
I mean, I could try to chat someone up and see if they'll give us something, but...
You want to Jedi mind trick someone?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so hang around one of the bars and wait for a factory employee to walk in and try and get some information out of them. I like it. So Gorpheus, give me an action roll for that.
I'm going to roll sway.
Sure, controlled standard sway.
Ooh, I should have used one. I rolled a 5.
5 is totally fine. Yeah, so you are able to get some schematics for the Mighty Might Away factory. And as the three of you are looking over them, you do see that there are things that don't really make sense in this factory. There are offices that like don't have entrances to them on the schematics. There are like storage closets that are way larger than there should be. There is a hallway that doesn't seem to lead to anything. Like there's those sorts of weird discrepancies in the blueprints, and when you sort of all put them together, you do find that there is a secret. There must be a secret door here, and you don't know what that might lead to exactly, but surely it must be the place to look for where a pirate captain would be holding a hostage here. So Jerry, you start heading for where you know that to be. You guys have your comms. You can communicate with each other. So, Jerry, you would be able to let Cypher and Gorpheus know what's going on. So let's cut back over to Cypher and Gorpheus after you get the heads up. Your offer has been rebuffed. You know Jerry's inside. What do you want to do?
All right, well, Mr. Thorn, if you won't give our friend back, then we will be forced to take him with force. I will blow up this whole place. I have these really cool new particle cannons that I've been itching to use, and you are in a bomb of a factory.
Yes, I am. Mighty Might Away is extremely flammable. If you were to fire a standard grade particle cannon at this factory, it would go up like an atom bomb. There would be absolutely no survivors. This, of course, includes your captain. Is that something you can live with, Urbot?
I mute the mic for a second. Shit, Gorpheus, he called my bluff.
I know, dude. He was definitely going to call your bluff. What did you think? He was not going to do that? This guy's crazy. He hangs out. His best friend is a cannibal. Sorry, I really shouldn't be I can't not judge cannibals. I'm sorry.
All right, I take off the mute.
Well, you don't know how crazy I am, Mr. Thorn.
Perhaps I don't.
My captain means a lot to me, but the space that you'll make as I blow this place to smithereens, that could be worth a lot more.
I understand. Do what you must.
Captain Thorn, wait. What about... Why don't we make this interesting? We could make it a game, right? You want to kill Captain Crash either way. Okay, well, why don't we make it so we could have a challenge of some kind, a battle to see who, goes home and gets to keep what they keep, right? I mean, if you're just going to kill Captain Crash anyway, honestly, maybe we do shoot you. But maybe we come to some kind of an impasse here where you agree to the terms, and by doing so, we leave the vehicle not being able to blow up your factory, and the battle decides who gets to go home with everything they want.
Gorpheus, make a action roll for me.
I'm gonna do a sway. Risky?
Risky, and I think this appeal could have standard effect on him.
Let's fucking go.
Use a gambit.
I'm gonna use a gambit. That's a 5.
Good thing you use that gambit.
Yep. Rolled a 3, a 2, and a 5.
There's a moment of silence over the comms. And then Thorn says, "Challenge. I accept. I've run the numbers. You posed little threat to me. But if this is what you are set on, well, it shouldn't take but a matter of minutes from my day, so it is of little concern to me."
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a real bro in this moment.
Is there like a good staging area? Is there somewhere you'd rather do Mortal Kombat?
Is there somewhere we can park?
You can park in the rear. Someone will meet you there and bring you inside. And so the Phoenix 13 descends from the dark, stormy clouds and lands in a docking bay adjacent to the factory. And you see a small force of Maelstrom pirates who are wearing their protective gear, standing in the acid rain, waiting for you to approach. And they lead you inside. And you see, standing on top of one of the walkways, like what it is, like chain link walkway, suspended over one of these roiling vats of chemical, a stern, dangerous-looking man who has metal spikes protruding from his skin with subdermal augments. He gives you a calculating look, and he says, "Gorpheus, you are a warrior, aren't you?"
Yes. Yeah. Something like that.
Well, then take your place up here.
Garfius beat his bitch ass.
Yeah, I'll take... I grab my crystal sword and I go to... Does he have a little spot laid out?
Yeah. The Maelstrom guards lead you up the walkway onto that chain link bridge-like platform over the vats of chemicals. And Thorn just raises his two fists in a pugilist stance.
Wait, are they like robot fists?
They're regular fists, but with robot spikes sticking out of them.
Nice.
Are you ready to die, Zeno?
You know, all death is really just another stage of life, so I prefer not to think of it that way, but I mean...
And he goes to swing at you.
Garfius, dodge!
Gorpheus turns around. Wait, what'd you say, Cypher? Clocked in the back of the head.
So as Gorpheus engages in combat with Captain Yorgar Thorn, I want to check in here with Cypher and with Jerry, and just to check like what your plan is here.
Well, I'm looking for Crash. I saw the schematics with them on the ship earlier. I know where the weird parts of the factory are, and I'm walking there like a guy who's totally supposed to be there, trying to be sneaky whenever I can. Just doing that classic like how you sneak around a factory, as one's known to do.
Cool. We'll get to you in just a second. What about Cypher? Is Cypher doing anything in this situation? You're kind of like surrounded by Maelstrom pirates as Gorpheus and not your brow, Raheem. Thorn rips off his Mission Impossible mask. It was me.
I knew it
all along,
dude. I knew it.
Is there a way I can cheat and help Gorpheus?
Ooh, if you've got an idea, you can certainly try.
This guy's like full of tech, you say? Like, would I be able to hack into said tech and like slow him down or something? Like,
You could certainly try to do that. I think that would be pretty risky to try and do, perhaps even desperate to try and do, while surrounded by all these pirates, while the captain is engaged in one-on-one combat. But if that's what you want to do, that's something we can do.
Hey, maybe they're just paying attention to the fight.
So first, let's go back to Jerry. Jerry, you are following, like, you've even probably got like a 3D display of the diagrams with you, that you're following, and you can like see your dot sort of pinging as you move through the factory, and you eventually get to the end of this hallway that, according to the schematics, should be just a dead end. But you see a heavily armored door with a key card reader and like a computer panel on the side.
Oh, all right. Well, it's time to see if we can get this baby open. I'm just gonna waltz on over there and start fiddling with it and see if I can get it open with my hacking skills.
Sure, give me an action roll.
All right, I'm going to attempt to hack. Risky standard?
Sure.
You got a devil's bargain for me?
Okay, here's my devil's bargain. The computer panel that you are currently hacking is not well maintained, and it is going to sort of spark and overclock and break as you are doing this, and regardless of the result of this roll, you will not be able to make further attempts.
Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. And you know what? I'm gonna use one of that other gambit. Screw it.
No, don't do it. Don't use it.
It's fine. We can earn more.
God damn it, dude.
All right, fine. I won't do it. Just for you.
Okay, only one bonus die.
Oh, it's great. I got it. We got a 6.
Which means you gain a gambit.
Yep.
Dude, perfect.
Yeah, so you perfectly hack into this thing, and the door opens up, but then the terminal just like showers sparks and smoke, and it is fried.
Getting out of here.
The door is open, and you descend down some stairs that are not on the blueprints, and you wind up in a basement, and you see down in the basement there are 2 members of the Ashen Knives that are standing around a beaten and bloodied captain hanging from the ceiling by bound wrists. And the Ashen Knives go to like turn to you and see what this intruder situation is. They've got like blades on them that they are drawing, but then they spot on your arm a silver armband, and they sheathe the blades and give you a nod, welcoming you into the room.
I nod back, and just say, change of plans, and walk right up to Crash and say, hey, Crash, I'm gonna let you down now. Is he just held up by like physical restraints, or are these like laser space restraints?
Just physical restraints. Yeah, you are able to remove Crash from the restraints. He is barely conscious. You are not allowed to role play as him.
Yeah, I figured.
You have retrieved the captain.
Damn, I wanted some Zack on Zack action.
Cypher, you are going to try and hack into Thorn's robotic cyborg parts. Give me an action roll.
I think the only one that makes sense here in this moment is Helm. No, I'm gonna go for a hack roll.
Give me a risky limited roll.
Okay, I see you.
I won't be so mean as to call it desperate just yet, but it's definitely going to be limited.
Okay. I would like to use 2 stress to turn that to a standard effect.
Okay.
And I will use a gambit to give myself a bonus dice.
Okay.
A 5.
Okay, so with a 5, you do it, but there's a consequence. You subtly, go towards your hacking device, this like bulky thing that you wear at your side, and trying to do so without getting the attention of the other pirates in the room, start like one-handed typing away at that thing. And as you do, you watch as Thorn's arms, as he starts punching at Gorpheus, seem like almost they're pulling their own punches literally. And so Gorpheus, as blows start raining down on you, you can tell that they're maybe not moving as fast as they should be. And you're able to get some like deflections in with your crystal blade. And so as this is happening, Cypher, you suddenly feel a gun get raised and put to the back of your head. And you turn and see a pirate has caught you doing this and shakes his head. And they say, "Nuh-uh, we're not going to have any of that." And so I'm going to kick you down to a desperate situation now. And we will pick up in this desperate situation next time on Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Neal. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.